What is up, guys? Zach in here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video, we have an urgent one today. One of the top wholesaling coaches and one of the top, just wholesaling people in the country got quote unquote exposed from probably the top finance YouTuber out there on the internet today, and really did a huge attack on wholesaling real estate. And kind of wanted to react to it, kind of see your opinion on it, and sort of see what's up with this, because it was quite blatant against wholesaling real estate.
I've seen little bits and pieces of it, but for full disclosure, I really haven't watched it. So
yeah, I saw it a little bit ago, and everyone's giving me notes like, Zach, are you bashing this person that's being exposed, quote unquote? And not really, but what I really wanted to do is kind of explain this, because us wholesalers, we're being attacked more and more and more. There's just a new legislation in Atlanta. I saw a couple months ago where they're going after people cold calling, and just a lot of negative articles are going out against wholesaling real estate. And this is kind of concerning, because this was probably one of the top finance people. This person has millions and millions of subscribers, and they have a lot of influence in real estate in general. And this person who actually exposed wholesaling, let me show you this really quick. Let me share my screen. This person, actually a political candidate who got, we're talking about Meet Kevin right here. He got second in the latest governor of California special election. Now, of course, they did not recall Gavin Newsom. They voted no. But on the replacement question, he got 10% of the vote, which pretty impressive. I mean, I don't agree with attacking wholesaling, but these are your politicians, ladies and gentlemen, especially in California. These are the type of people going after wholesaling real estate. So I really want to do a breakdown and really get your raw reaction on it, because you've been named every name in the entire book in wholesaling real estate. You're a terrible person. You're stealing equity. You're just the worst person on earth. You've been called it all, right?
I've been investigated by federal government and the state of Florida. And honestly, it was all because of people like this.
And it's wholesaling against the law.
No,
it's people who are uninformed. Once they learn the law, they understand, hey, this stuff is legitimate. And it's crazy.
Let's see it. I want to see it. And then we can talk about it.
Yeah, let's break it down.
The idea is to help you guys when you do get attacked. But I got to see this, though. I'll tell you how I feel.
Let's go. So before we get into it, guys, remember, smash that like button and subscribe. So smash that like button and subscribe, and get up, guys, because guys are not pumped up for this. But let's skip the intro today.
Let's get video.
What
is this, a kid safe video?
This video, I don't know. I don't know. Keep the young ones at home. But let's get into the video. Let's kind of break it down. Safe. So this is the video from Meet Kevin, and again, he's a popular wholesaler, but the one thing I do have to tell you is
he's not a wholesaler, is he?
No, he's a popular realtor.
He's a popular
realtor, YouTube guy. Yeah,
he's more of a finance guy now.
He's more of a finance guy. Sorry, wholesaler.
I didn't know him back in this thing. So
the one thing I tell you is this does get associated with Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone's now associated with wholesaling, which is kind of weird. I don't think he's ever done that before, and he's basically top dog when it comes to real estate investing.
So let's just get the video going.
Let's get it going. Let's do it. All right.
You're building the suspense up here. I got to see it.
All right.
Two things you got to know before we get into this epic video. Number one, people on Ask the Pro oftentimes start courses, and then Grant Cardone lets these people use the 10X logo, the 10X brand, the Grant Cardone brand, and then Grant takes a 50% cut on whatever the course sales are. So Grant endorses these courses. Number two, there's some legitimate debate in this video. So
Kool-Aid endorsement
near the end. So
Grant Cardone,
especially if you're pro wholesaling, let's open a dialogue. Cue the video.
Who's that?
If every deal was fair and if everybody put a property on the market, I wouldn't be wholesaling.
How we doing time, guys?
Oh my gosh.
Time's up, boys.
Oh.
So I found out that two people who were on Grant Cardone's Ask a Pro pitching their wholesaling and lead courses, and a colleague were going to the Ontario Real Estate Conference. So what did I do? I went to go figure out what they were all about. And I know. You might be wondering, well, what do they have to do with Grant Cardone? Well, they split their course revenue with Grant Cardone.
Oh,
They'll share their partnership and advertise each other. Check out Grant Cardone's reputations for sale.
one thing I wanted to kind of break down here is I don't think a lot of people know about this, and I do give me Kevin some credit here. It is pretty well known if you go on Grant Cardone's thing, he's going to take 50% of all the sales.
Well, you know how that works, right?
How?
So if you haven't heard of Grant Cardone by now, you're probably on the face there. Very, very good marketer from California to Miami, came from the automobile industry, and he's like the sales genie. The problem is, in my opinion, he's overexposed, but everybody knows him, makes hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's good. He's actually pretty good at real estate. He kind of explains it, break it down. He doesn't do wholesaling.
Yeah.
So he has these featured spotlights. So he is a marketer.
Mhm.
So he has a production studio in Miami. And now a long, long time ago, I got pitched to go out there. Featured wholesaling guy on there. Here's the catch. At that time,
Mhm.
it was 2014.
Mhm.
To be on that show, you had to write a $50,000 check.
Oh my
And then you
God.
had to go down, I believe it was once every 2 weeks or once every 4 weeks. And then you had to offer a product, and then you had to partner up with Grant. Or if you didn't partner up, the fee was just a little bit higher. And they would endorse you and kind of you. So I think for the 50 grand, you get, I think 10 or 15 minutes with Grant. You get like an exclusive interview,
Oh
and that's
my
it. Now, fast forward to anything, I believe this is after 2017, 18. It's probably closer to 75, maybe even 100 grand.
Yeah.
That's some expensive advertising. But the only reason you do that is to what? Sell courses.
That's it. I just wanted to kind of explain that a little bit.
So when you guys like see some of the numbers on these, just understand, listen, Grant's an amazing marketing. To put 10x on anything, you are paying the price. You're going to pay 10 times that.
Definitely.
So once I hear like a Grant Cardone thing, my favorite thing, you see all these guys on the internet, like, oh, look, I'm standing next to Grant Cardone. Dude, you paid for it. I promise you.
I'm
you
sitting next
paid
to
for
Gary
it.
V.
You paid for it 10 times over. Don't buy into that bit
agree.
because they're not endorsing the course. They're just selling you an advertising spot.
All right, let's
so
get into
that's
it.
my disclaimer on that one.
All right, let's do this.
Let's go.
Can we blame LA traffic? Air Canada 6, that's the problem.
All right, this is like a vlog style.
I don't think it's Southwest Airlines either.
I wanted to really see what the wholesalers had to say. So I went
see
to
this right here?
Canada to meet 3
That's a
10X
wholesaling.
wholesalers.
Oh, yeah, it hung up there.
Find out, hey, what do these people do? And what am I missing? Is there a blurry ethical line that is balanced or treaded around lightly when it comes to wholesaling? Or is wholesaling fully legitimate? Kevin,
legit.
you just have like a vengeance against these people? Are you just like that grudgy? Seriously? They started it!
It was demystify real estate a little bit. So I just want to deflower YouTube here for a moment.
He needs to say I got kicked in the nuts, right?
That's Chris
I
Rood.
got kicked in the nuts really, really bad.
Chris who?
Oh,
2014.
wait, you see that?
I got kicked in the nuts really.
That's
Okay.
That's Chris Rood.
But that's Kevin on the face thing, right?
Yeah, they're going after him.
Well, that's it,
I
dude.
didn't see that. Okay, they kind of started it. But guys, Chris Rood is actually a real estate wholesaling coach. You guys know I'm not a fan of people doing mentorship, but he does deals. I give it to him.
He does.
He does do deals. Like
He's
he's
got a
not like this
coaching-
crazy fake like person that's like selling snake oil, but he sells courses. We're not big on selling courses, but he's not like a fake wholesaler.
Yeah, I don't know him. I mean, he does
No.
the business.
All right, but hold up. Let's see that again.
Really, really bad.
Please do not kick balls against fence.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I see. Wait, they like Photoshop them in there?
Yeah, that's.
In 2014, right?
They lit my fire.
I love the doors.
But let's look and see if the 10X wholesalers were ethical.
The way I look at things, I'm highly ethical. I'm a Christian guy. My daddy's a Christian.
At
Oh,
OREC 2018. Here we go. Here we go.
I hear there's some other 10Xers here.
Yeah, Chris Rood over there.
I got to meet in private. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's Grant Stefan.
Wait, what did he say?
I don't know. That guy looks surprised.
Brevin, what's up, man?
How are you, dude?
I'm Kevin. I don't think we met. Chris, awesome. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
We'll go get you another $1 million if you like. We can go ahead and throw that on the table.
That sounds humble.
That's a lot of jackets.
Wait, before we get started, let's just do a quick little example of what wholesaling is, so we're on the same page when we go through this journey. Line. We bought this house for $482,000. We're also calling it a YouTube flip. Sewer collapsed, moldy house, would never ever sell to a traditional buyer. It sold on the MLS within 7 days with 8 offers because it was publicly available to investors like me.
It was in California.
Wait.
Southern
You
California.
bought a house on the MLS? But Chrisrood says that
And I don't just say skills get the deals because it's just cool or it's catchy, right? This is my brand. This is what I live by. That's what I tell all of my students.
if I have the skills to get the deals, I don't buy stuff on the MLS.
Stop finding deals in MLS that you're wasting your time. You think you're cool.
Wait a minute. Didn't Chrisrood just say he bought a place in Florida?
So guys, I'm not, showing you this big beach house to brag, but me and my wife just bought this beach house in Destin, Florida.
Well, he probably didn't buy it on the MLS. I mean, he's a professional at getting properties for 60 to 70 cents on the dollar. So, certainly he would be able to get a really good deal on this property. After all, he does sell his courses to help you learn how to get these deals off market.
Yeah, it's his own house.
Wholesaling business.
Yeah.
Start buying at 65 cents on the dollar, 70 cents on the dollar, 75.
And certainly he wouldn't use a realtor.
I got guys in here that I've talked to that are buying deals at 90, 95 cents on the dollar right now because there's no inventory. Because you're talking to realtors. And nothing against you realtors, but you don't know where the deals are at.
So we know he wouldn't use the MLS. We know he doesn't like realtors because realtors don't know where the deals are at. And we know he would want to buy the property for 60 to 70% of market value.
It's its
We
own-
also
it's
know
its
that
own
he has the
home.
skills to
Yeah.
get
It's
deals,
kinda stupid.
Which, if we define deal as something less than market value, then we would expect this property to be a good deal relative to whatever price its market value may have actually been. So we did some investigating. As it turns out, Chris and his wife, Patty, are very excited about the deal they got.
We had this on our vision board.
So excited that it's all over Facebook and they're using it in their presentation, which also made finding it online extremely easy. Now, generally, a rule of thumb is the longer a property is sitting on the market, the more you can negotiate off the price. That's why DOM, or days on the market, is considered so toxic. Many competing buyers.
He's just talking about what? He bought a house on the...
Here's the MLS listing of the property.
Oh, no!
Wait, so he bought the property on the MLS?
Yeah, but it's its own
Yeah.
home. How many? I mean, wholesalers don't.
Yeah, he
I
bought...
bought my place wholesale, but that was a
That's a
7-year.
rare one.
That was a 7-year.
He bought $1 million mansion. It's a nice house.
Yeah,
it's
but
right off Destin. Like, it's
it's-
nice. But I don't see where he's going out there. I mean, anything above the median price in your market, you probably can't get at wholesale.
So here's the problem I see is I just assumed this Kevin guy is a realtor, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a big realtor type
Okay.
dude.
So it's realtor attack wholesaler, or the wholesaler attacked him first, and that's where we're at. So, but I don't even know Chris, but he finds his deals off MLS. But if you want to live in a property, you find it on
That's
MLS. I
true.
really don't see the freaking problem with it.
No,
So
I don't really see the issue here.
let's go.
I mean, that seems like a low blow, but whatever. I mean, you go after every wholesaler, they probably bought their nicer house on the MLS.
With a realtor?
Let's get into the
That
meat of this
courses
thing.
charismatically, and you're able to make a buck off them and then invest into a beach house. That's great.
Every
So let's
realtor
look at the
thinks
history
every
of this
house has
property.
to go to the
Price was
market,
reduced
to be fair.
$1,140,000.
I know.
Negotiable the property is, especially for somebody who's got the skills to get the deals, even though it goes against the theory of not using the MLS.
I want to talk to you about skills, right?
It looks like about 4 months later, the property went into escrow and ended up closing for $1,130,000. He only bought it for $10.
Some of you guys are
Now, I'm not so good at math. 70, maybe 80 cents on the dollar. With
Okay.
60,
Got the big board for this one.
10% off.
If you're buying at 90, 95 cents on the dollar right now, even 80, it's going to be bad for you.
Why does everyone wear a
Learn
jacket?
how to buy. Because, like I said, once again, I'm going to repeat
That's a rough
myself.
one.
If you're buying on
That's the
MLS
problem.
at
You
90,
spit it out
95
like
cents on the
that,
dollar,
and
you
you
can't
use your
get
own
that.
house and your marketing material.
You know, that's fair. I mean, it's...
So he used a realtor to buy the property. He bought the property on the MLS, and
It's
he
his
was
own
able to
house,
negotiate.
though.
Real talk. Now, I don't just say skills get the deals because it's just cool or it's catchy, right? This is my brand. This is what I live by. That's what I tell all of my students. Because if you are
That's
an
a good
investor
edit.
and you don't know
I
how
gotta
to
learn
buy
how to edit
right,
like this.
which most of you guys are sophisticated investors, you don't
Does
know how
that
to
mean
buy right,
the
but you don't
bubble's
know
gonna
how to
pop
get
here, or-
deals.
I think
This
so.
is a dream of ours. We had a vision board. We wrote our goals down every day.
What's
It
up with
took a
the
while to get
jacket?
to this
Why
point,
the jacket
but,
for
you know,
everybody? I just
guys,
don't
it-
understand.
I can't even say enough about wholesaling. I get emotional
That
about
pink
it.
jacket's pretty bold too.
I think what bothers me the most is that somebody can go on stage and tell a room full of people that, hey, you should be buying properties for 60 cents on the dollar, yet you just bought for 99.12% of the list price. And if you bought something on the MLS for 90, 95
What's
cents
up with
on the
Will
dollar,
Smith?
you better start liquidating that inventory because you don't want
How
to
did
get
that come
kicked in the
up?
balls.
I don't get the
Ben's doing
reference.
it. How many people know Ben? Actually know him personally? Okay.
That's a rough edit. Oh.
Is that his partner?
So
or-
what's wholesale?
I
A
don't know.
wholesaler is not somebody who buys the property from the MLS for $482 and then decides to flip it for more money. A wholesaler is somebody who buys that as his house or convinces that seller to sell the house for a price under market value.
Okay. Whoa.
Because that property was actually on the market and got 8 offers, we know that the market value of the property in its as-is condition was $482,000. The
No, we're not gonna do
wholesaler
that.
says, hey, let's not put it on the market.
Really building rapport, connecting
there's
with the
Grant.
homeowner enough to where they'll trust you.
Do people do drugs in Canada?
That's just 10 minutes of fame on
We
that.
have a lot of problems. We make a lot of mistakes.
Wait. The one thing I do have to say here is wholesaler does not convince anyone to sell a property.
No,
You don't
absolutely not.
convince somebody. Again, when you say market value, I think it's very arbitrary because is that market value? Is that what they net? Is that 6%?
Market value's up here.
Again, market
You
value
have
is
a market value. I have a market value, and usually somewhere.
But okay, so let's say he says
He's
4
saying if you get a consensus of people, that'll establish a market value.
Okay, but here, watch this. So his number said 484, right? 485 was market
42,
value.
whatever. Yeah.
So what's minus 6% minus $3,000 in closing costs, right?
3. A lot more than that.
I know, but let's say that, okay? That's $452,000 versus the 450. Does that make? Did I get my numbers wrong? Was that 480? What's the number? Hold on.
482. 482 was the retail,
482?
and the wholesaler
So-
buys it at 450.
So let me show you this. Look, 482
So that's
minus what's 6% of that? 28 grand. So 482
yeah.
times 0.94. That's 453,000
Plus the closing costs.
plus closing costs.
You would be backwards if you followed
Seriously,
Kevin's
am I
advice right
wrong?
there. You're
Am I
right.
wrong here? What's 6% commission? Of course,
So-
Kevin's getting paid there.
Yeah.
And then closing costs would be over 3 grand. So that example just shows why a wholesaler is better.
So he's doing the one-sided realtor talk. And guys, you can learn from this because you're going to get this all
You're
the
gonna get
time.
attacked by realtors all day. Just do the math. They don't mention 6% commission on anything. That's conveniently
I'm
left out.
anticipating an argument coming up here.
Oh yeah.
So you're walking into the realtor versus the wholesaler, and I haven't seen it, so I want to see it, and then we'll talk about what transpired
my
and then how
gosh.
you have to deal with
I'm
it.
just
Because I've had this argument probably 10,000 times.
but am I doing my math wrong? 6% of that?
No, I know, but he excluded that part out.
Oh yeah, that was very convenient.
If he's going to go to market and do it for free because he's telling the wholesaler to walk away and do it for free, okay, then we're matching.
Well,
apples
realtors
to
do stuff for
apples.
free, right? Pro bono.
No.
Oh,
they-
no.
No.
I
They have a lot. Well, I'm not going to say it.
no, but don't
License
title
to
companies. But don't title companies give title for free? I
No, everybody charges. So
seriously.
that was the convenient part. He didn't explain that. So
I see. This is the thing when a realtor attacks you or someone attacks you. You gotta. I see the numbers here. 42, 6%. You're netting the same amount there.
and you got to take it to market, have people parade through the house, get all
Yes.
that anxiety, do inspections,
Exactly.
and all that other fun stuff. If I could find someone like you or someone like me or him to do the exact same thing without all the hustle and bustle, why not do it? And that's really, in my opinion, your argument as a
That's
wholesaler. but-
crazy. Let's
Was $482,000. The wholesaler says, hey, let's not put it on the market.
Really building rapport, connecting with the homeowner enough to where they'll trust you.
Do people do drugs in Canada? Trust you. And we have a lot of problems. We make a lot of mistakes.
What's drugs
Just
got to
let
do
me
with
buy
it?
it for $450 and I'll give you cash and make it really easy and I'll close really fast on the deal, which is also what we did. But wait, it was on the market. Yeah,
They don't do it fast.
I know.
The property when it's on the market, and so the price gets bid up. The end value of the property is currently estimated at $650,000. This is what I call the EARV, the estimated after repair value. This is where the flipper or rental investor profit is. This is where the wholesaler
Okay,
profit
no.
is. But
Flippers
the
aren't
wholesaler
profiting
profit
that much.
relies on convincing a
Not in this
seller
market.
not to get market value. So here's the thing. The real problem with wholesalers
That looks good.
is you breed
What is that?
inconsistency. When you can
I think
go
that's
to a
turkey.
seller
Yeah.
and look them in the eyes and say,
I don't see enough mayo
this is
on
a
there, though.
great deal.
Wait.
You're not going to get anything better on the market. You should take
why he's so
this because
skinny.
it's easy
Wait,
for you. Nobody
Hear what he has to say here,
real
because
problem
this is something I've never said once.
with
Do you see the jacket in the back too?
What?
The jacket.
A lot of jackets.
wholesalers
He's wearing a jacket and there's one in the back.
All right, here, listen to this though.
is you breed inconsistency. When you can go to a seller and look them in the eyes and say, this is a great deal. You're not going to get anything better on the market. You should take this because it's easy for you and nobody will pay you more than this.
Okay. Have you ever said that once to a seller?
No, it's a flat out lie.
That's
That's you do that. You don't have to do that because you're at the point where, listen, they're exchanging something with you for convenience.
I think.
Have you ever sold something and go, listen, dude, I've just had it. Like, just take it, $50,
Right.
move on. I could probably get 100. I just don't want to put it on eBay. I don't want to deal with all the questions. I don't want to deal with the shipping. I don't want to deal with any of that stuff. But
This is kind of nuts because here's one thing also. It's just, I always tell myself, hey, you can probably get more on the MLS. You should probably take that if you want the most. No, I don't want to put it on the market for 2 to 3 months like the average one. And I don't want to bid it up. I don't want to pay commissions. I just want to know what I get. People take that all the time. Again,
all the time.
pawn shops.
I just
used
sold
car-
a light the other day. Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with it. The guy was coming to pick by. It was worth $110. I offered him 75. He says 50. We met in the middle at like 55. I'm done. I don't have to ship it. I don't have to report it. Nothing.
You're also saying here, Kevin here's probably in his 20s right here. I mean, I know me in my 20s. I would probably hustle a little more to get an extra, 2,000 or 3,000 off a sale of something. But a lot of people, they're 50, 60, 70. They don't want to go through all that hassle. They got money coming in. They don't want to deal with it. Like, that's the only thing I don't think he's understanding too. I think it's two different worlds colliding. But if that's who he thinks wholesalers actually say, hey, there's not a better offer you could possibly get. This is going to be your best one ever. I have to compete with 5 or 6 other wholesalers that have higher offers.
Listen, I could give you hundreds of stories of homeowners that feel they got shafted by the realtor too. I'm not going into it, but there's
ways.
just and it's fair to say there's more realtors than there are wholesalers.
Hands
What do you
down.
think the ratio is?
It's crazy.
It's got to be. You think it's like 1,000 to 1, 500 to 1?
500, 400 in Port St. Lucie, but 500 usually.
Okay, let's get through this so we can talk about it.
This is kind of nuts. All right.
So I want to see the confrontation. Is that coming up?
You breed a life, a reputation of inconsistency.
I hate the
And
jacket tie thing, dude.
consistently,
He's a realtor.
I
That's
what
see
realtors are trying to do.
inconsistencies in people who wholesale. To me, to be a wholesaler,
Drive
you
me
have to
crazy
be
how
one of those people who can
nicely
say
folded
one
the meat
thing,
is on that sandwich.
but do another thing.
He's really
That's
pushing
not
that
helping
hard.
us.
Say
there.
one thing and think in the back of your mind completely contrary.
I don't even know where to go with that.
And that
I
kind
know.
of garbage gets
If you pull that gold
exposed.
suit up again, you're
That's
gonna
why
have
I'm
to,
so anti-wholesaling. That's why some people say, "Wow, well, Kevin's black and white and life is great." No. I think I'm so transparent that I'm so consistent because I'm transparent. I don't hide any secret knowledge I have. I just put it out there. When I make mistakes, I own up to them because I'm not holding two countervailing beliefs at the same time. Wholesaling is nothing more than taking advantage of the fact that the seller doesn't know you can secretly sell the property for this market value in its as-is dumpy condition. And don't tell me you're doing a service.
I think we
because
just did the
guess
math on
what?
that,
You can
right?
sell the
Yeah, I
property
think
at a
we kinda-
service here, like realtors do.
If you did the full math, his
Want to
theory
capitalize
doesn't
on
work
the
out.
market, and everybody put their deals on the market. You wouldn't be wholesaling, and the wholesalers know that.
If every
What did he say?
And I get it. In order to run your business, you have to tell them that. You have to tell them that this
don't.
is a great deal for you. No, don't put
I
it
always
on the
tell them
market. Of course,
we're gonna make
because
money off
if you
you.
put it on the market
I always say
and
that,
everybody
yeah.
put their deals on the market, you wouldn't be wholesaling, and the wholesalers know that.
if every deal was fair and if everybody put a property on the market, I wouldn't be wholesaling. I'd be buying and renovating.
Because it wouldn't be possible.
This upcoming example here with Tyler Gurr is exactly the kind of consistency I'm
Do you know who
talking
Tyler
about,
is?
or lack
Tyler
thereof.
who?
You're wholesaling too?
No.
Okay, and leads and wholesaling.
First up, are you an agent? Do you hold a license? No. I wouldn't get it. The reason being is so I have a wholesale company as well after getting hooked up with.
So the realtor rolls his eyes. Shocking. Shocking.
You're not a real. Also, by the way, a lot of these wholesaling gurus and YouTubers, they all have their license.
Yeah.
I think we're the few that don't. Right? I think we're one of the few that don't have our license.
I mean, full disclosure, I own an agency, but it's got nothing to do with
You don't have a
wholesaling.
license, right?
No.
No, me neither. Oh my
You
god,
could- you
look
can
at-
own
he
an
looks
agency with
upset.
it.
That's a fight.
But I tell you, that face is every face I get from a realtor when you talk about wholesaling, because most of them don't understand it. And they look at wholesaling as you're just taking food off my plate instead of trying to work with us. Let's get there. How much is left of this thing? Let's go.
I know.
Chris, I would say don't do it is because, there are those fine lines where he talks about where your fiduciary duties is to get them top dollar if you have an exclusive right to sell. You know what I
How
mean?
is he
So
on the
for
board there if
me,
he's not?
it's just another portion of my business and I don't want to be involved in. So
You say it's another portion of your business, but then on the other hand, you say you don't want to be a part of it. That's like me saying I'm a cop and my wife sells crack. Yeah, it's another part of our
Okay,
household.
that's
income,
illegal.
but I have nothing to do with that. Come on.
There's a huge
Stop
difference.
kidding yourself. You're a
Yeah.
nice guy, but come on. Wait a minute. Tyler Gurr is a real estate agent, and he encourages people who want to wholesale not to get their real estate license because that would make them a fiduciary and obligated to do the best for their clients. And because Tyler Gurr is licensed, he's washed his hands of the wholesaling business and given it to somebody else, which is also interesting because Chris Rood runs a wholesaling business and sells courses based on his wholesaling business.
Who pissed this guy off? Why is he after
And his wife
wholesalers?
It was
so
the
much?
kick in the balls thing.
That's pretty bad.
He is a real estate agent.
Who put that graphic up, you think?
I don't know. Oh no. That's his wife. All right, don't
Yeah,
go
but
after the
that's-
wife.
Wholesaling is wrong.
So let's dive into the details of why does Meet Kevin think that wholesaling's evil?
if every deal was fair and if everybody put a property on the market, I wouldn't be wholesaling.
But wait a minute, I thought these people were ethical. They can be. For example, I really believe my buddy Matt McKeever in Ontario, Canada is 100% ethical in his dealings as a wholesaler.
Oh, he's
I just
ethical, but the
find
others
a
aren't.
greater likelihood that people who wholesale are also more
So guys,
inconsistent.
Well, I know Matt McKeever. He
Yeah.
wholesales too, and he's being nice to him. I'm trying to see the difference
Yeah.
between these two.
Guys, don't put a financial or real estate guy with a meme of kicking him in the nuts. It's not going to help you.
Yeah,
You're just going to draw him one at attention.
And this guy turns out to be one of the biggest wholesale, like not the biggest YouTubers ever for real estate and finance. Just be careful who you talk smack about.
Somebody pissed him off. Like
You
somebody
saw the
really,
picture.
somebody did some damage to this guy because he's getting on a plane flying to Ontario looking to
that's a
bust
little-
Grant Cardone, like affiliate wholesalers that sell
Yeah.
courses.
Ooh, all right, Jesus. All right.
reputation that they're building.
every one of you guys should have a wholesaling business. All the wholesaling business is just a marketing business. That's all it is. You're marketing to motivated sellers. Everybody's teaching just marketing strategies. It's not about marketing. So y'all both have great.
He's editing. He's editing.
Oh,
it
he's
out.
editing it,
It's
yeah.
not about the marketing.
I'm confused. Is it market? Tell to
He
me
is a
if you're
funny guy, though.
confident
He's
you don't
funny.
want to go on the market. I will make it easy for you. You might not get full market value, but if you're willing to accept that, I would love to do the deal with you. If you take it from that approach, then you're not being unethical. You are.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
I kind of snoozed off there. Say it again.
All right, here it is. Like that's what you're supposed to do.
For you. You might not get full market value, but if you're willing to accept that, I would love to do the deal with you. If you take it from that approach, then you're not being unethical.
Right? I go to that point.
You are telling them, I know you will make more money elsewhere.
I always
And
say
if they
that.
say okay to that, that's great. But as soon as you start crossing that line, that's so easy to cross.
Hey, Chris, we know I'm in a hot market. Nobody's gonna want to sell me their house right now. Do people do drugs in Camden? Okay. People get divorced?
Yes.
People cheat on their wives in Camden? Or is that
Oh
just
my
you guys think?
I mean, I see what he's saying. He's saying, oh, well, people make mistakes, so then they're going to have to offload their property for pennies on the dollar.
Because I know wherever I go, I know in my mind, I can wholesale in China. If I know how to speak Mandarin, I can wholesale in China.
I don't think you can wholesale in China. That might
Because
be a bit of a
human
They'll
beings
put
stretch.
you
live
in
on planet
jail.
Earth,
It's
and we
ridiculous.
have a lot of problems. We make a lot of mistakes.
I don't know, Chris,
So don't
for
tell me
full
because we're in a
disclosure.
hot market, you know,
Sure
it's
he's a
so
nice
super
guy.
hot. Human beings gonna make mistakes,
Petitions market, getting it wrong, but
and they're gonna need to sell their property fast. And you as a professional wholesaler, if you have that pipeline set up, you have that net ready to catch them, you can help facilitate and make their problem go away.
you know, we were talking about scooping people up with a fish net.
That's not a good
I kinda
analogy.
think about the poor dead fish at the bottom of the barrel.
You have that net ready to catch them, and it's genuine and ethical. The better person you are, you know, just a better genuine person, or the better wholesaler you're gonna be.
Then you become an inconsistent person. For example, Ben, the humble wholesaler, challenged me to a rap. I accepted. Then I tried to set the rap up, and he declined. We got this on camera in the group.
What?
We had that debate that, hey, why don't you just rap with us, or rap after us? Or
They're gonna
whatever.
rap?
Now it's a U-turn.
I gotta tell you, man.
I hear you have a rap coming up.
I do.
Look at that. You got a stack. You can make a video too.
You want to do one? If nothing else,
rap?
brother, I'm entertaining. Very
Okay.
entertaining.
I feel like you're going to do a magic trick.
Pick good. I do have a rap. You want to come on stage?
Look at all those jackets.
For your rap,
I think it's like a requirement to get in there with a
spontaneously come
jacket.
on so you can rap about me.
Want to do it? Will you
Sure.
come in?
The thing is, you
I'll
wear
do
a
anything.
jacket to be professional, but then you're wearing a baseball cap.
Oh, whatever.
I'm just
Get over the
I'm
jacket.
just telling you, man.
And then he changed his mind.
So I went looking for him to confront his inconsistency.
He's gone. He's not here. Yeah. He's just gone. He left. Sorry.
What question do you have? I'm his wife.
Oh, you're his wife?
Yeah.
Well, he offered a rap battle, and I wanted to.
Oh.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah? I'm sure you can go for it. Let's do it, man.
All right, this
When I
is
finally
just-
find Ben and I go to
He's not gonna
confront
chase him in the
say,
bathroom,
hey,
is
man,
he?
You offered me a rap battle. I'm accepting. Why are you changing your mind? He didn't answer the question. He dodged the question. And he also tries to passive aggressively kind of brush me off in front of others to sort of act like I'm out of place for asking and that just please go away, you're annoying. That to me a little bit reiterated the inconsistency, and he was feeling that.
You know, he just sounds like a whining realtor. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on. 45 seconds.
We good, man.
You offered it to me.
We'll do it in the parking lot after.
In the parking lot.
We'll wrap it.
Okay.
Parking lot.
So
Ooh.
here's the deal.
Hold on. So anyways,
45 seconds after you're done. Give me 45 seconds. You take over the stage afterwards. I don't say another word. You wanted a video. You wanted a response video. I'm offering you a response.
I think you're just looking, whatever you're looking to do,
I'm not looking to
just
do
do it somewhere
anything.
else, man. You good. You
Simple
good.
humor
Listen.
and entertainment.
No, you good, man. You can go do that over there.
Did you offer it
Thank
to
you.
me? You know, this is so classic. People will talk big on response.
Except he just went there to do like an expose piece, right?
Probably made him look good,
I think
but
so.
a little bit of a bummer that he sort of denied me. So had to leave it up to karma.
Oh, he's a rapper too. Oh Lord.
What's it feel like when you talk to Ben? Doesn't it feel good when you talk to Ben? This guy's got energy.
Oh,
He's got
okay.
passion. He's got emotion.
I'm sorry, it is funny though.
I'm not here for
It is
yah, yah,
funny.
yah, and rah, rah, rah.
Guys, you shouldn't rap when you're trying to
This
do
is what
anything
Ian
like
needs.
real estate, unless you're
Can I
really
get the shot?
good.
There are too many people here. I have to like rotate to get everyone.
I'm going to start playing some clips, and the audio is not so super, from when we were actually at the conference and a debate that I had with the
Oh,
wholesalers.
so the
All
debate's
three
the
of them
part.
right
This is
there.
where you guys
The
got to
reason
pay
I'm choosing
attention.
to play those clips is because I want you to see how I actually react in
boy.
person. I don't want you to think that this is
So
all
we
just scripted and this isn't stuff that I actually internalize. The responses
By the
I
way,
gave there are
debating with the
consistent with
realtors.
the videos that I make.
This property we're put on the market, no showing, sold as is. Here are some photos. That's it. Offers are subject to inspection.
you'd probably get 10 times the action in terms of similar-minded investors that would pay 10% more for the property because now it's available on the market. So now
Plus don't
you're
have to pay any
accomplishing
marketing
the same
costs.
things that you're doing, but it's available to the whole market, and the net is greater for the client. Isn't that more ethical?
So yes, you can get more action.
I think there's a big myth.
This
that
is where I'd
properties
do the
can't
math
sell
with
on the
them.
market
Hey, right?
in crappy condition
Net,
where
net.
realtors can't go inside or even buyers can't go inside. We do sales all the time on the market here that are subject to inspection, no showings at all, write an offer, and eventually we'll get you in, if at all. We have realized that because people think that the MLS is associated with showings and open houses and brokerage market, but what I think people need to realize is properties can be put on the market subject to inspection, no showings, nothing, as is. And you can accomplish the same thing, but still net profit the seller significantly more money. People buy properties sight unseen. If the price is right, it sells. And to say that, oh, well, you'll just put it on the market and nobody will buy it, totally goes against the idea that a wholesaler is buying something for 60 cents on the dollar. Because it's market specific. Why is it market specific if we're talking about being off the market or on the market? Being on the market in the market is better.
You couldn't get away with that. You couldn't just put it on the market.
Do realtors ever sell anything off the market? All the time.
They have pocket listings.
So that doesn't make sense because the nature of a wholesaler is no. Because if you're able to wholesale in Louisiana, what that means is you're buying a property for significantly less than what its actual true market value is in its as-is condition. Because that's how a wholesaler makes money, is this difference between what you can acquire it for and not even what you can flip it for by renovating it for, what you can acquire it for as is, and what somebody else is willing to pay for it as is. That's why you can assign contracts, because somebody else is willing to pay more for it in any market. I guarantee you, if I boarded up every single window on this house, and I put this $700,000 house on the market for $500,000, nobody would care what the inside looks like. I'd have 20 offers on my desk, probably for as high as $650,000. Wholesaler might give me $5 for it. And then they would be able to take advantage of that. That's without seeing the inside. That's because it's done daily at what are called trustee sales. Capitalizing on market inefficiencies.
You gotta agree that even though they say they do, they don't always, because we got people signing buyers.
Yeah. But that's not what we're arguing. Yeah. Look, people can.
Okay, you can't compare unethical wholesalers to ethical. You can't compare an unethical wholesaler to an ethical realtor, and then what this guy's doing is comparing unethical realtor with an ethical wholesaler. Of course, the ethical wholesaler is going to look way better than the unethical realtor, but when you do the unethical wholesaler and the ethical realtor, now the realtor looks better. Yeah. You have to compare them at face value: an ethical wholesaler and ethical realtor. Right?
Yeah, is.
All right, this is getting weird.
I got a lot on this. But,
walk into a bank and rob it, right? It's the same thing as somebody stealing money from a client when they are a fiduciary. Breaking the law, all that stuff, that's not what we're talking about. What I'm saying is the nature of wholesale, being able to take a contract and assign it to somebody, to flip it to somebody else, capitalizes on the fact that the person who is buying that contract did not know about the deal. Because you found the deal at a lower price. You took advantage of the fact that somebody else didn't know about it. And that's how you made your money. There's nothing wrong with that.
We spent money.
But maybe you bought it and you had expenses to advertise it for it. You're running a business. Nobody's saying that's wrong.
What's the point of making
The whole point is the only reason that system exists is because the properties are not on the market.
If every deal was fair and if everybody put a property on the market, I wouldn't be wholesaling. I'd be buying and renovating.
Because it wouldn't be possible.
I've been renovating and buying like I've been doing for the last 12 years.
Then you would be a flipper, which is fine.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with what you're doing.
You said you're okay if you're a flipper. Do you guys understand? When you're wholesaling, you're bad. A flipper, you're good.
I agree. Oh my gosh.
As long as you're not suggesting to clients that you are doing the absolute best for their scenario. I got 3 minutes.
Real quick. Yeah. So would you say that in your market, you have homeowners that are, say, depressed, have anxiety, don't want to deal with the realtor, don't want to show these inside out, they want a quick sale, they would trade out equity in order for them to save them problems?
Yeah,
are there people like that?
There are people. These are people I can help though, because you can list properties.
The realtor can always help.
As
course,
subject to
for the commission.
no shows. Foreclosures should be on the MLS. Trustee sales should be on the MLS, but they're not. That's why people can get these sick values by going to the county courthouse steps, because they show up with cashier's checks. It's possible to sell houses as is with tenants in there that won't answer
Just wants
the door to the
monopoly.
police. That is possible. But the only way to actually maximize the value for banks and foreclosures or for homeowners in distressed situations is to make sure that it is visible to the vast majority of people through one market database that everybody can go to.
Monopoly.
Dinner time. All right, I think it's over. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're still
get
not
into
there. Oh
Well,
my gosh.
So here's my take on it.
I can't stand watching that.
It's just a realtor kind of one-sided version. It's Chris and Ben. The reality is they're actually right in their stance. I'm just telling you, when you get this confrontation with a realtor, it's not if, it's when.
Yeah.
You can't sit there and fight them, like, especially in front of a seller. You never sit there and get in this debate. So I always talk about the net and the time. If I get confronted in with a seller, I basically say, once we take your 6% off, once we take off the closing cost, and let's calculate the time. What happens over time? I got mortgage payments. I've got utility payments. I got to mow the lawn. I got to keep up with maintenance. What if a hurricane comes through? What if there's a tornado? What if there's an earthquake? It's endless. The problem is the explanation. And I saw one of our listeners put a point. If you took this theory and applied it to every other business, we get rid of our capitalistic society. Pawn shops. Like, think about pawn shops. It's the exact same thing we do. You bring something in, you know the guy's going to make a profit off it, and you're willing to give it up for the trading of making it super easy and convenient. So
it's common economics.
And by the way, not all realtors take every property to market. I see it all the time. I've seen it where they've actually bought it or they sell it to a friend and then they take it for max value. Well, I mean, you want to start getting the ethics on it. Like that's no different than kind of what we do, basically.
Oh, it's unethical. Is stock market trading unethical? No, you can see a stock that is perfectly undervalued that is below market value, and then the market has it at this price, and you buy it. It's fine. Option contracts. You're signing a mortgage.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people selling debt. A lot of banks sell debt, and they know they're selling that piece of debt for a discount, but they just want to unload it off their books. Are banks being unethical with each other? No, it's a business deal.
Yeah, it's
it's ridiculous.
Kind of ridiculous. So let's break in some of it. So I'm telling you guys, when you get in that classic realtor wholesaler fight, which remember, Kevin's got a dog in the fight. That's why he's fighting so hard. And he went into this thing fully prepared and basically caught these guys off guard.
He was prepared. These people weren't. And that's not fair.
So I always say, if I've been put on the spot with realtors with houses that were completely trashed and saying, I can get you more. I can get you more. And I flat out say, how much is your cash buyer right now? Let's bring it to the table. They give me a number. I basically take off 10 to 12%, 6% realtors costs, 3% closing costs, 1% negotiations. And it 9 times out of 10, it just shuts them up right there. And then you figure the days on market. There's a cost for every day.
Yeah.
On average, it's $50 to $100 a day to hold a property on the market. But don't get in an argument. Don't get them excited. Just get through it. And I try not to do it in front of the sellers. But if you're going to do a public one like this,
that was aggressive.
So the bigger challenge is, I think this draw a lot of scrutiny because of the Grant Cardone connection.
I think that's something you got to talk about with Grant.
So this all goes back to gurus trying to. So this is what we call the celebrity endorsement.
Yeah.
So like, if you guys could go out and get Michael Jordan to say you are the greatest wholesaler in the world, you've got to do business with Rick. You're going to get business. The question is, how much are you willing to pay for a fee for that? So a lot of you guys think just because they're sitting next to Grant Cardone thinks this person's brilliant.
Grant Cardone calls it meet the pros.
Yeah.
Like, he's a pro. Chris Rood's a good wholesaler, but I don't think Grant is vetting these people.
They're not. You paid. They called me. So I know his camera guy. I don't know if he's still there. It's Robert S. something. And this is what they do. And by the way, there's people coming in all day at 50 to 100 grand over and over. So to be honest with you, Grant Cardone is a brilliant marketer. Do not get me wrong. I don't watch his stuff anymore because after I found out how it worked from the wholesaling side, everything's for sale. Everything is absolutely for sale. So if you're going to drink the Kool-Aid, if you're going to buy a course from someone just because they went on the Grant Cardone show, understanding you are paying more than everybody else out there because his cost or her costs are through the roof. So I don't know Chrisrood. I'm not picking on him. I do know a little bit about Ben. That's it.
I do have to say, we don't do this video to pick on anyone or make fun of everyone. I do want to bring up a legitimate point of wholesaling real estate is being attacked around the country.
Oh, we're being attacked left.
And
I mean,
I kind of want to explain our reaction to when someone tries to attack us, because a lot of realtors are going to just come after someone. They're going to be all debating in their head and they're going after you. You're not going to know what to say off the fly. I kind of want to just bring over some points of if you get attacked for being a wholesaler against a realtor, I want to bring up what our reactions are so you can sort of have your own independence, because I just think it's really unfair. Kevin made a good point. He had Matt McKeever on there, which Matt's still on YouTube. He does Canadian wholesaling, which same thing. You just can't do your marketing the same. Matt's just kind of like us. When we meet with a motivated seller, we say, hey, Sally Sue, why don't you have this listed with a realtor? Because did you know you can probably get the most money with a realtor? We always play, hey, push away, right? Hey, if you want the most money, I'm not your person.
Throw the white elephant out in the room.
You've said this forever.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to be your highest offer. You tell them off the bat.
Yeah.
Kevin does make a good point. If you're going out here, and I'm telling everyone, if you do this, do not do this. Hey, Mrs. Seller, I'm your highest offer. I'm your best offer. No one else will give you a better offer. I'm your only option. You have to go with me. I don't think that's okay.
I emphasize.
We've never preached that once.
I'm your best offer. And I confidently, I believe it because I know I am. Because I'm marketing, I'm picking a list. I know what I'm targeting. And when I get that house and they really want to sell it, I tell them I'm not your highest offer, but I will make sure it's funded. We'll make sure we have a buyer. You move out on your date of choice. The closing cost, everything, it's done. I get so many people put houses on contract. I've had people a difference of $5,000, even $10,000. They go with the highest bid, and all the drama comes with it. So as you know, the higher the price goes up, the more work is coming with it. More extensive inspections, more scrutiny, harder financing, and stuff like that. So
it's not. The Kevin guy thinks like wholesalers go after like $5 million houses, and hey, let's get this under contract for. There's a very fine line between ethical and unethical, and it's not really my job to say what's legal or not. But at the end of the day, you got to sleep. You got to sleep at night knowing that you legitimately gave everyone all the options. And hey, if someone wants to go to the realtor, I could still make money. This is all a business. But here's an interesting part too. It's what's equity stealing? Because I hear people in Atlanta talk about this all the time because they put those new regulations, which really not good. You've seen what happened in Philly. They're not even enforcing the regulations they really have there. Atlanta's trying something where someone's on a list. Again, that's overstepping federal law because now you're trying to get in front of TCPA because TCPA law tells you that you can go cold call during certain times. But what I'm trying to get at is they claim that wholesalers are stealing equity. And to my point is, you like Chick-fil-A, right?
I love Chick-fil-A.
I love Chick-fil-A.
What's that? Is it the Chick-fil-A sauce?
Chick-fil-A sauce good. But you know Chick-fil-A is really good. Those cookie and cream milkshakes. I don't think you've had too much. I've had a lot lately.
I can't.
Those things are amazing. But what I'm telling you is Chick-fil-A cookies and cream milkshake. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. But what does it cost? Like $3? I could probably go.
Where are you going with this?
To Walmart.
Okay.
I could probably get my ingredients for a milkshake. First of all, I would probably have to spend $500 to get my own milkshake machine, do all this. Or why don't I just pay $3 and so I don't have to buy all this equipment, right? To the point, let's say I want to go to Subway and get a $5 footlong for $5. I could probably go to the grocery store and make my own sandwich, like Meet Kevin's little turkey sandwich there for $3. But for the service, for the convenience of just someone making it for me, I'll pay $5. Is Subway stealing $2 worth of equity from me?
Yeah.
No. Right?
So guys, I've been to a lot of RIA
meetings called capitalism
over the last 20 years. And I've seen a lot of confrontations like
Oh
this.
my
So let me
gosh.
give you a couple rules to engagement. Understanding who you're debating with first. If you identify them as a realtor, understand no matter what you say, it's probably going to be wrong unless they're either familiar with investing. So number one, identify who you're going to debate with. And number two, do not take it personal and do not argue with them because it makes you look really bad in front of everyone. Even though those guys had like decent points, they seemed frantic and kind of putting their hands up, and they were trying to feed off each other. And it got not really a shouting match. But if you ever try to get your point across and you start like getting excited, and I do it all the time. My wife's not watching, but it's when you do that, you go from a weak position.
Yeah.
So you ever debate with someone, they just kind of smile at you and go, that's interesting. Try to take the bait in a neutral field if you can. You'll get a lot further. But and then by the way, people can sit there and do just like that. They can edit. So they're trying to make Chris look like an idiot by editing. It's not fair. The media does it all the time.
It's pretty easy to make us look like idiots if you.
Well, you won't see me rapping. Nothing rapping, but I might put up like a crazy video to fire people up to get them going. You might want to do that. I think they're falling asleep.
Oh my gosh! You want to put it on?
Yeah, we should put on gold outfits and do it just like that.
Gosh.
But
all right, guys, you know what? We've kind of debated this for a little bit. Guys, let me know what your comments are.
We're rolling the questions.
We're gonna roll in some questions and see kind of what you guys are getting at. But oh my gosh, it's the one thing I have to say before we get into this is me, Kevin, is getting very upset over foreclosures and tax deed sales, and he was thinking everything's gotta be. I mean, he's
like a lawyer for the realtors. It seemed like he went all the way to Canada to do that. Bravo!
All right,
let's fire up. Do some questions.
All right, guys, let's get pumped up. Let's get
go.
Pumped
Come
up.
on.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and get the guy go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Let's pump it up. So let's get some questions, guys. I feel like I gotta do this to get you guys pumped up, but Joseph says do marketing. I agree. I mean, marketing is really important for this business, and
it's everything.
It's everything. So
it's not all of it, but without it, you don't have a pulse.
Agree. So here's a good question. When is it ever worth it to engage someone, some random person, not necessarily a realtor, who claims you're ripping people off? Now, that's a good question. This goes into two parts. First of all, are you getting actively attacked, and how big is your ego? Right?
So rule number one in wholesaling, you have to lose your ego. You can't be right every time, because I hate to tell you this, you're going to be wrong. So if you're being attacked publicly and you believe in yourself and your reputation, I'm not telling you to stand down, but so if you ever got in a fight with somebody on the internet, Facebook, Instagram,
win.
You will never win.
You will never win.
So I've had people, listen, if you do this business right long enough, someone's coming after you.
Yeah.
If you kill them with kindness and just thank them and go, I'm sorry you feel that way, because some people just are not worth debating. Have you ever debated a moron? The only way you're losing is by giving that person time. So just move on. If they're not your customer,
or your grandma.
It's bad enough we got to do what?
Or your grandma. Your grandma's debating.
Don't debate your grandma. You get your butt kicked. She'll take that loaf of bread and smack you over that. I'm just telling you guys, we debate people because your ego alone. So I know a lot of these people on this, you just do not waste time with people that you have no fight in it. Like, what's the point?
I debate this for the industry and reputation as a whole.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many of these videos out there that I'm be honest with you. I got some flack for, reacting to this video because the video is a tad older, but again, there's just I am one of the few people that react to a wholesaling attack video because no one's defending wholesaling at all.
Oh,
everyone just lets the attacks come.
Bad people.
Yeah, but no one on YouTube will react to it because it seems controversial. It seems like I don't want to rock the boat.
Yeah.
I'm a good course man. I sell my courses and I'm always happy all the time. Have you noticed a lot of these wholesaling like gurus are like they got the smile? It just seems fake. Like
it's like
guys,
we're not going to get into that one. Dude.
No, but we're trying.
We can be neutral because I'm not pitching a product. I'm not giving you a feed saying, hey, listen, go to my mentoring. How many questions we get today go, hey, listen, I'm trying to find your mentoring site. What's the cost of it?
We got to ask that today.
Freewholesaling.com.
I agree.
And what's the price?
Free.
So we have the ability. I think we have the ability to do what most gurus can't do. Speak our mind freely because we are not paid for it.
But I could ask this question all the time though. Zach, why this is very controversial. Why are you talking about it? Again, because nobody in wholesaling will, and I have to be the person to do it. We are the only people that will give a course out for free because no one else will. I'm gonna have to be the voice. I have to be the Lorax for wholesaling real estate. We both have the Lorax. Have you read the Lorax from Dr. Seuss?
It's been a while.
There's a great movie, but I have to be the voice for the trees.
Dr. Seuss books over here.
I have to be the voice for the trees for wholesaling because no one else will talk about this. No one's talking about this video. This video has thousands of over 50 whatever thousand views.
It's a one-sided realtor like ambush style. But I just want you guys learn when you are meeting with these people, understanding, identify who you're debating, and number two, is your time really worth it? There's some people you will get more shock and awe by just like, listen, I'm sorry you feel that way. I have other things to do, and just walk away.
I agree.
Because they're going to be broke the rest of their life. They're going to constantly try to follow the crowd.
Kevin's pretty rich.
No,
but he's in finance, YouTube. He's one of the top YouTubers now.
I'm not, listen, I don't knock. I mean,
I don't knock that
what
guy.
he does it with. But like we guys, everybody has to, first of all, you got to stand up for yourself. So don't pick fights with idiots because it's just a waste of time.
We have a passion for this industry. That's why we talk about it. I don't do it to sell courses. I do it because I actually love this stuff. Grant says, Jerry Norton's pretty good at reacting to wholesaling attacks. I agree. We just react to the actual videos. I don't react to articles too much.
That's a lot of work.
Kevin has a YouTube channel and he was a real estate agent.
Yeah, did you guys
talks about me, Kevin, too?
Who?
By the way, he talks about he got rich from being a realtor. He got rich from selling courses on a YouTube channel. It's the truth.
And also, just so you guys know, the NAR, which is the National Association of Realtors, is being attacked by the Department of Justice. They're on year 16 of the lawsuit, and it looks like they're going to lose. And they're getting busted.
DOJ
NAR.
or NAR?
Antitrust, and they're going to break them up just like Google. They're saying that they're price fixing, but they're so ethical and they're so honest. I don't understand.
I know.
I saw, look at that one up there about condos and townhomes.
Okay. I just think it's funny the way me, Kevin talks about it. Cause if you literally look at, what a capitalist type person would say versus a socialist communist type person would say, it's when they say everyone has to use this one means of production for this. You have to use this one entity to go through everything.
Yeah, he says MLS.
MLS, you have to.
That is a licensed, bona fide.
That's not a free market because a free market, you're forced to pay commissions. You're forced to use a website.
And you got to pay your fees.
And you have to pay fees.
You don't pay your fees, you don't get access to the club.
And you have to go through it. You have to go behind a board to do things. It's kind of weird that it's like, hey, the government sales.
Yeah.
When the government owns a property, they have to go through this private corporation.
It's like my fishing license. When I was young, you didn't need a fishing license.
Don't get into that.
And then they took my right away, and now I got to buy it back from the government.
Guys, a free market will be the best. There's no such thing as a perfect market. Kevin believes the MLS is a perfect market. It's not. Go look up economic definitions on there.
Not.
Are condos and townhomes worth wholesaling? I have an appointment tomorrow with somebody, and I want to make sure I'm informed how it works.
Yes,
hands down.
The only thing you got to watch for is the HOAs are a little bit tricky. So make sure you get a copy of the rules, regulations, and bylaws, and make sure they let you flip the property if there's any restrictions on rentals. But they're dynamite.
Christian says, please continue to speak on the subject. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're going to hunt for like more of these videos, or if you guys come up with any, we'd love to just kind of dig into it. There was a lot of things going on that video with like the Grant Cardone connection and stuff like that. I want you guys, it was to teach you how to deal with a moron when they confront you with something.
We're not calling me Kevin a moron. He's a smart dude.
Calling him, but I'm
and he'll get second in elections. Pretty smart dude. He got on the debate stage.
I'm not going to talk politics, but
if you try to
that guy is going to wind up getting some sort of government office, and he's going to be the one who outlaws.
That's the thing.
He hates wholesaling. And do you see how a politician takes it personally? And then when they get to their position, they're like, "Oh, remember that wholesaler that said I was getting kicked in the nuts? I'm going to make an example of them."
You don't do that. You don't.
They do that. Come on.
Gosh, you shouldn't be doing that. But it's more these realtors that are being jealous of the huge profits investors make. Why not having a broker pimp daddy to make money too? Honestly, Jermaine,
some of these commissions are insane. You're talking about $600,000-$700,000 houses.
I mean, he ain't wrong what he's saying here. Do you think he's wrong? I don't. I mean, the broker bleep daddy to pay money to. It's kind of true. I have to say, speak of truth right there.
Yeah, but like, listen, we do have a pimp daddy. It's called the United States Post Office. It's called all the media services we use, everything we do to do the marketing.
Yeah, but you're not forced to use them. You could still knock on doors. You have to use NAR.
You have to.
And also, if NAR deems you just, I don't like you, you're not a realtor, you can't wholesale. They can literally decide you can't wholesale.
Yeah.
Just, I don't believe that. Like, let's say there's so many people in wholesaling this happen to. Like in real estate, let's say you get arrested, you deal drugs, which is never good. No.
That's not good.
It's not good. You go to jail 10 years and you come back. NAR's like, you have a felony. I don't think you're good enough. Whose right is it to sell someone who has a felony? Of course, people get rehabilitated. I do think once you're a felon, you're not like the most evil person in the world forever. You can be redeemed. Some people you just can't. Ted Bundy. But a lot of these people, like, they treat them like dirt. Like, oh, you went to jail. I know wholesalers that they went to jail.
Yeah.
They come back. They can't become a licensed agent. Yeah. They can't get jobs. What are they supposed to do? Are they do work construction? They go into wholesaling and they're making millions of dollars, and they're completely different people.
And they're helping people out. Guys, listen, there's pawn shops. Somebody on here mentioned,
or which one?
Like when you trade your car in.
Oh, it's 100%.
Like, dude, like I call it a day. I'm like, dude, take it. Now, a lot of times we take houses and they're not completely honest with us. You got busted pipes, stuff they cover up. So it's a yin and a yang. Pull that one up there. Hannah.
I just want to show my dad who I told he called his realtor who said it's unethical.
Okay.
God,
so
terrible.
So Hannah, here's a couple things is they don't know any better, and your dad is there to protect you. So I'm a dad. Zach was fortunate enough to grow under a wholesaler. So he kind of
and a realtor.
And a realtor.
You did not mention
which
that.
I had to do a lot of training of my wife on that one. So your dad's just trying to protect you. Like, I don't blame him. But you've got to understand, if you're getting into wholesaling, find out what your why is.
Yeah.
And get educated. And once you know what your why is, this is going to be brutal. And hopefully your dad's not listening. If you don't want to follow in your dad's financial footsteps, do something differently. Do you hear me on that? If you don't want to follow in his footsteps, do something differently. And you have that right to do it. I'm never going to go against the father because I have, oh God, how old is Leah now? It's 20. Yeah. I have a 20-year-old daughter, and she's gone. She does an entirely different field, but he's just trying to protect you. So him calling a realtor is probably a really bad decision, but keep the lines of communication off and talk to him. And by the way, in any business, don't you believe you can find anybody bad? Bad teachers, bad cops.
I agree.
Bad pilots.
I agree.
Bad janitors. Like, every business has a point of bad. Like, if you're a scumbag, I don't care what you do, it's going to come out.
I know. What I'm trying to say here is, if you have NAR controlling everything, people that go to jail, they come back, they'll never be allowed to do anything. Ted Bundy, of course. But, like, have you ever heard of Robert Downey Jr.? He went to jail, and if I was going to NAR, he couldn't do anything, but he made something in his life. Ever heard of Dog the Bounty Hunter? That dude's amazing.
Yeah.
and he's out there. He's helping saving people, and he went to jail.
People going to jail. Nobody's going to jail.
No, but the problem with NAR is if it was up to them, they decide who's good for business and who isn't.
Yeah, and
it's
NAR,
the free market that should decide that.
The reason NAR's gone 16 years on this lawsuit, you know how they pay for all these lawyers?
Fees,
realtor fees, hundreds and billions of dollars in fees. And this puppy, I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you 100% this puppy's going to be broken up, and it's going to be the Wild West on how property. We don't need MLS anymore. The old days we did. Now you have the internet, the way we're communicating now. Zillow has proven you do not need MLS to sell a property. Just take it to market.
I agree.
The market is kind of the internet and just like doing old school signs on it. So
I agree. Last question.
Yeah.
A big wholesaler mentioned this idea that they're doing. I want your opinion on it. Big wholesaler wants to create a coalition of wholesalers to create their own type of NAR for wholesalers. Do you agree with that or not? No. I'm hearing that too, and I just
listen.
They want every wholesaler to go through that agency that they create.
Of course, because that's
they're turning into NAR. I'm like, guys, you got to stop. Like, we have to deny this right when it's starting. Some people are trying this.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll come here. We'll teach you ethics for wholesaling, but you have to use us. And then again, first of all, you'll be like a $200 fee, but eventually be 2%, 3%, 4%.
No. It's
guys, we have to cut this out. I'm seeing some of the stuff mentioned in my DMs. Do not be promoting this because that would be the end of wholesaling.
Okay. And the last clue from this video I take, when you see the celebrity endorsement, just so you know, it happens all the time in gurus selling courses. So if a guru is introducing another guru, is like, you got to check this guy out. This is how it's going. I'm telling you, I've watched on them all.
Yeah.
And by the way, they pitch us on a daily basis.
I got pitched.
They want to expose us. They want to be exposed to our group, which is probably the worst one they want to be exposed to.
You know this, I showed you. This big cryptocurrency guy who has hundreds of thousands of subscribers wanted me to interview them just so they can go on my channel to promote their crypto course.
We don't cross.
And then I can go in there and promote my course. I'm like, are you kidding me? No.
So
it's crazy.
What I'm telling you is, when say you're following a particular guru, or maybe you signed up for his course, and all of a sudden this guy comes out of the woodworks, and that person speaks super highly of him, and there's a product pitch at the end, you just got JV'd. Yeah. And I'm just telling you, the third party endorsement, it's brilliant, because they're just like, hey, you use my customers, I use yours. We go out of our way to basically put a fence around it and say, hey, listen, I'm not against working against other people, but you got to get to know people. Like, I think you got to know them years before you do it. But these people within a day or two are like exchanging, hey, you do this and do that, we'll split the fee. And I just, be careful when you do that. And then so many people roll over when they hear Grant Cardone. I'm like, oh my God, you're on the Grant Cardone show. You must be amazing. No, I just wrote a big fat check. And it doesn't make you an expert when you write a check.
I agree.
Do you know that you can go to the New York Stock Exchange, get on that little ticker in the middle?
I know.
You pay a fee, you get your picture on it. And then I see these guys promoting, I was on the New York Stock. You paid for it.
Oh, I was featured on Yahoo Finance.
Yeah.
You paid an editor to write it.
And then Tony, I love Tony Robbins together, but if you're taking a picture with Tony Robbins, I guarantee you drop 20 to 25K minimum, because he knows people will pay for the picture and he's okay using it in the endorsements. Am I right?
I agree.
I don't have a problem with it, but don't buy it. It's like putting your arm around Mickey Mouse and saying, hey, we're partners now.
Here,
they believe in me.
This is a good one.
Most realtors are
steps below used car salesman with their big 6% handout. I've sold multiple houses to realtors and can't see a single one of them that actually did a fraction of the work needed. I can't argue against that.
I can't argue. Like I see that. I mean, the reality of most realtors, and I'm talking in regards to wholesalers specifically and real estate investors, they're pretty lazy when the market gets hot, and when the market gets cold, you actually find some good realtors. But that's like my experience. It's like, guys, put something on the market, wait for people to call you and collect 3 to 6%.
Yeah.
Sign me up, because we don't do that stuff here. We go out, bust our butt. We call people endless. We chase them down like bloodhounds. And in the end, if they want to sell their house and they're making an educated decision, if we have little old ladies that don't know the value of houses, we help them out. We bring in family members, bring in lawyers, because you listen, treat every seller like you treat your own mother, and
Agreed.
you will change. If you have to change how you do things, you probably need some additional help.
Exactly. Guys, so that's, I mean, I love realtors still. We use realtors in our business all the time for wholesaling. We just got to be careful of some of them, but overall,
And we get the debate all the time, guys. Listen, if you get a license, you don't get a license, who cares? Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. Just go out, help people, and you can make as much money as you humanly possibly will. And you guys remember, Hannah, when I was talking to you, your father's just trying to help you out. Like, I feel bad because I'm a father on the other end, but look around and see on his investments if that's where you want to be, and then you can make decisions, kind of move forward. So
exactly. Perfect.
My father never agreed with what I did, guys. My mom didn't agree with it. My entire family didn't agree with what I did. So I just hope that helps for anybody who's like sitting on the fence, like, okay, what the, and when you get confronted with this stuff, if you can make an educated discussion, not an argument, and I'm going to tell you, if 10 people debate you, maybe one's worth actually having the debate with.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're debating an idiot, just wish them well and move on. It doesn't work.
Boom.
So
That's it, guys. So that's Zach and signing out.
That's fun,
that was ridiculous, but
it's
whatever.
Monday. This Monday thing feels kind of weird.
It's a little weird, but
maybe we'll have to make it like more of it. So you guys let us know.
Oh my goodness. So appreciate it, guys. Zach and signing out.
Hey, AKA Dad, Rick Ginn here signing out.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
All right,
Thanks.
see you guys. Thanks.
See ya.
Hey guys, Zach Ginn here from Flip with Rick. And after helping tens of thousands of people get started in wholesaling real estate and helping so many people out go from $0 to $100,000 in wholesaling real estate, I'm super excited to announce my new Wholesaling Mastery course. This Wholesaling Mastery course will have everything step by step on the whole entire wholesaling processes. I'm going to give you real deal examples. I'm going to hold your hand throughout the whole wholesaling process. This course will give you everything you need to know to make up to $100,000 to over $1 million per year in wholesaling real estate profits. Most real estate gurus out there will charge you around $5,000 for a course like this. But today, if you click on the link, you will get my Wholesaling Mastery course for the low price of...
Sell out.
What?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What do you mean?
I knew you would do this. I knew you were going to go the course route with the guru. It goes against everything we've preached from day one. Don't be a sellout.
The course is free.
What?
The course is free. I'm giving it for free.
Oh, I apologize. Carry on.
Jeez, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, duh. Do you think I'm going to go sell out as like a regular guru selling you a course? I'm not trying to make money off of you guys. Guys, over here, all you got to do is click there to just sign up. No gimmicks, nothing. Absolutely for free. It's a free wholesaling course. Literally, I've seen every single wholesaling course. I have access to all the 10,000 mentorships. Guys, I literally copied them step by step. I literally have an entire course set out just for you for wholesaling real estate. Click on that and let's get started.